Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episodes of the Promptpreneurs podcast. I'm your host, Evan, and this is
James, Promptpreneurs.
Promptpreneurs. So, on this show, we are just pretty much continuing the private conversation that me and James had about tech, AI, startup businesses, business accelerators, and using Replit. And so, if you're new to the show, thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you're having a successful journey on your tech journey. And so, what we're doing is we're just continuing the conversation to talk about some of the things that we're building. So, real quick, James, for the people who might not have seen episode one, just tell them really quick about some things that you're working on.
Well, right now I'm working on Replit, building some mobile application. One is called Paradise Idea. I'm also working on uh, Chat GPT about meme coins and just basically asking if it's a fake or not. Um, I'm not good at math as much as everyone else is, and I actually asked the percentage on if I put this in, how much would I get back at this time um, if it goes at the same rate. And what else? That's Replit, that's Chat GPT, and I'm starting to look at other things like in the AI realm. So I'm just basically venturing, and let's just say I'm digging deep and finding new things, and it's beautiful for a person like me with a creative mind.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. So, we're going to talk specifically about the steps you've taken and the prompts that you've used and the systems you've used to build that MVP, which is that minimal valuable product for your app. And so, yep, welcome everybody. Like I said, my name is Evan. I'm one of the hosts here as well. I'm working with ChatGPT and Replit as well. I use ChatGPT for books. I use ChatGPT for project management. And I also use ChatGPT to do what they call vibe code. So when I say vibe, I mean VIBE. So vibe code is pretty much using ChatGPT to write a code in, let's say, Python or Java, or and then take that and put it into Replit, and then they take that and Replit gives you a front end visual of the app, right? And so I've been working on about 4 or 5 different apps. Most notably, or the one that I've been doing most of my time has been Oscar. It is a P2P on demand trash pickup app that working to get launched, right? Where I'm in beta right now. I got one driver in Philadelphia, and right now running a beta here in Baltimore. And so we want to just share that information because it's been a lot of sleepless nights, finding this information and seeing how all this stuff react from just using it, right? I mean, it's kind of started with ChatGPT about, you know, rewriting sentences or asking ChatGPT for ideas and information. And then it just kind of spiraled into this other apps that work with ChatGPT and image creation and video creation. And so I've been able to use ChatGPT to put together my business documents, to write letters to other business organizations, to do fill out grant forms, to even create information for accelerator programs like the Y Combinator that we're going to talk about later, even to create thumbnails and posters and Facebook posts, and then create schedules for Facebook posts as far as what I should post, and even scripts for that for 30 days, and then even marketing campaigns, right, for all social medias, Kickstarter pages, information. So it's really been helping me get to that last stage, which is to launch. And so really just want to talk to you guys about it and show you guys, if you're not into it, about what this stuff is, and how we can use it. So James, you got the apps, you got the ideas. What stage are you at now?
With two of the apps, I'm actually right now at beta, um, and so I'm from your suggestion, I'm going to Y Combinator, um, to see if they can help out more. I'm looking at Kickstarters. I'm looking at I went on ChatGPT to kind of find out how to look for grants personalized for me, and after that, I will start opening myself up to the broader grants, just in case. I don't want to. I want to start with grants first; they're free, and then go to the loans afterwards. I believe in myself that much, but having conversations with you, the smarter person on the podcast on Promptpreneurs, just want to get the free first, and if they don't give it, then we can go to the loan second. Um, with the whole AI thing, all this is basically AI, but it's just also it doesn't have to just be Replit. It could be lovable. It could be different aspects, which I'm looking into as well. But I ran my course in ChatGPT for certain things, and it's just time to outlet myself to, like I said, I asked for grants. They sent me to sam.gov, and actually the funny thing is, I'm glad I brought that up, is it helped me fill out the grant application on sam.gov
That's
for
good. That's good.
minority grants, because it's like I spend a whole Sunday, half of a Sunday, um, filling out answers to questions that they ask for you to apply just to be in the picking of giving out grants. So I'm kind of thanking ChatGPT for that, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these we they realize that these apps help people save time, right? I mean, that's the main thing, right? uh, and that's the most valuable thing that people don't have. They don't have time, right? They've got a lot of ideas and not a lot of time, and so that's where AI comes in, because when you have to do the manual work, it slows down business, right? When you, I mean, there's different scales to it, of course, but if you have to answer the phone, and you got to run the machine, you got to run the computer, you got to deliver, then you got to create the stuff. Like, it's just so long to do all that. And when it comes to these computer companies and the computer sites and businesses, I mean, AI, can help you do the job, like we said it in the first episode, of 10, 20, or even 100 people. And then also a best practice combining with tools like Zapier, Make, other chat GPT agents, Replit, and it will really, really help you do more and get further, you know, uh, with your business. And when I say get further, meaning launch, start generating revenue. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, if people want to acknowledge that or not, I mean, that's really what this is about. It's really about creating revenue, right? I mean, it is the goal at the end. It's like winning the gold medal at the Olympics, and there's ways to do it, and you have to practice at it. And it's really just getting used to the prompts, right? More specific your prompts are, the more you'll get from your apps, right? And so that's why we're the Promptpreneurs, because we're using these specific prompts to help scale our businesses that we're launching. And so we talked about this a little bit, but the steps should 100% be followed in a certain order. And that's just pretty much identify the problem, look for tech that makes it easier to solve, and then build a digital solution that is scalable, right? And use AI and ChatGPT to do it faster instead of having to do it by all yourself. Then once you get pretty much to the end, you kind of bring on other humans on your team to help go as big as you can be, or use them as your test group and then scale, right? So pretty much decide what your app solves or what your idea solves. Choose your platform, whether you want it to be Apple, Android, or web. Build your version using sites like Replit, I believe Lovable, and there's another site that a lot of people have been talking about. Get users, collect feedback, and improve, and run that, like, in a tight circle. And then once you get the bugs out, once you get the users' feedback, and once you've improved to the point where you're ready to go for your first version, add a revenue model, add ads, add subscriptions, and then get transaction fees, because I mean your hard work has to pay off. And use ChatGPT to code, do the vibe coding, right? Business answers to your questions, meaning like, hey, what is the requirement for the state of Maryland or state of New Jersey, state of New York for opening a business, right? ChatGPT gives you the answer. What is, another question that somebody else might have. But just, yeah, it definitely helps, going through and asking the questions in each step, and then launching. And so me, as far as my apps, like I said, I'm pretty much almost at the end. Trying to get to the point where I'm going to launch, and that to me is the hard part because um, it all has to connect, right? And that's where I'm working a lot on ChatGPT. I kind of have the idea. I have the MVP, which is the front end preview, and I'm kind of just getting feedback right now, right? What's working, what's not working, what the users are having trouble with, and then start to plan for growth. That's pretty much where I'm at. So let's look at some of these apps, right? What app do you want to look at first?
Of mine or yours?
No, no, no. Like ChatGPT, Replit. Where you want to go first?
Oh, okay. I would say I want to go in the order of how I would want the regular guy to understand how to build something. So let's go to ChatGPT first.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. ChatGPT. ChatGPT.
Because you actually could build a mobile application through ChatGPT first, and then you go beta, which would be Replit. I did it backwards. I did Replit, then ChatGPT, which
Yeah.
made it very hard for me. So just make it
Yeah.
easy.
Well, I mean, I think that I won't necessarily say that was bad because they both do the same thing. I'm sure Replit is tuned into Chat GPT, right? But it's just, of course, it's not the same as being on Chat GPT and being logged into your account. But I'm sure that Replit uses AI, the open AI platform, and I'm sure that it pulls information from Chat GPT.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't. What I'm saying is this, like all around, because what you could do is build it on ChatGPT, and the question
And
I
then,
didn't
and
ask
then
my question
and
that I
then
didn't
take it
ask.
over there. Yes, I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
the
And then
question
send it
I
over.
didn't ask myself, what you end up asking me is, aren't there other applications out there like that? So you could ask those questions, and then ChatGPT could either tell you yes, if yours uh, is better, or is it the same, exactly the same.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you don't waste your time in trying to build something that's exactly the same. And then you could compare, which I showed you that I did with one of my apps, and it was saying that, oh, all these other applications do not have this. Yours is more on this, theirs aren't. So that's why I was like, let me move forward with mine. If I had something the same exact one, and I don't have a big company like all the other companies have, it's harder to compete with them. So it's
Okay.
more so, you know what? I mean, if I had the same one, I would try to move something different. But if I had something that's a little bit better, all right, let's move forward. Let's see if we could take up that space in there.
Okay. So let's walk through a live example on how this all works, how ChatGPT works, and how we use it. Right. So let's me and you together pretty much act like we're starting over. We got an idea and we want to start building on ChatGPT. So what's
So
the first?
do you want to build a new idea? We could build a new idea.
Yeah, let's build it.
All right. So what's a problem? Like, what's a problem that we could solve?
All right. And so for the sake of this example, let's just use ChatGPT, right? And want to start a I said business, but an app.
Application.
Yep, I want to start an app that no start with the question, right? So I want to say, what is a good idea?
Let's ask them this. What's the top five? What's the top five problems that need to be solved? Or give us five problems that need to be solved.
See, and here's another way I use prompt. So you automatically go to five. You say five, and so I think about it like this. I go to 50. I automatically go to 50. Right. So I'll be like, I really put this put this ChatGPT brain to work. Like I don't really even deal with anything less than 50. Like yo, 50 to 100 is where I start at. So you're right. What are the top 50 uh, good uh, uh, app ideas uh, to start? And now at this part with the prompt, you can be as specific as you want. You can, when I say specific, you can mean time of year, country, state, population. So, what are the top 50 good ideas to create an app to help uh, solve for, let's say, you want to, for, I'll just say for people, right? 21 to 50 years old that live on the east coast of the United States, that have an annual income of, I'll just put 50K. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Nope. Let's go.
All right. So in this live example, you'll see ChatGPT come up with this. So it says, got it. I'll tailor this list of 50 app ideas for people 21 to 50 living on the East Coast of the United States, earning around 50K. That demographic often values affordable convenience, side income opportunities, career growth, lifestyle balance, and community connection. Right. So here it is, top 50. So personal finance, side hustle finder, shared investment club, debt tracker and payoff coach, budget friendly travel deals, rent negotiator. What? Auto drafts letters to negotiate lease renewals. Roommate and sublet finder, affordable home ownership tracker, local apartment review, short term storage finder, smart moving planner, health and wellness, affordable therapy finder, weekend fitness meetup, healthy meal prep, stress reset, healthcare nurse chat, discounted happy hour, leftover swap app, rotating supper clubs, restaurant workers tip pool, local farmer market, side hustle, union and worker rights resource app, resume to job match. Let's see, cheap parking spot finder, carpool match, bike and scooter repair locator, train delay, weekend getaway ride share for family and community, after school program, single parent babysitting exchange, local volunteer opportunities, neighborhood safety and alert app, pet sitters and dog
Wait,
walkers.
are we going to go through all 50 or we get
Oh,
like
I mean, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. They get the idea. They get the idea.
okay?
But but
Yeah, look, that's why I said 5. We could have went to 10 because I
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, I got
Yeah,
you. I
yeah.
got you. But
So
I wanted to show the capabilities. I wanted to show all the capabilities that were there. You get what I'm saying?
I narrowed it down, right? I think you did this before, or you were learning before. I remember you had the book, so we could do meal prep because I seen you do the meal prep thing with I forgot what company they sent you food and then you tried to cook it.
Uh huh.
Um, we could do tips, which I think is a cool idea. And then I have an idea that wasn't even on there that I built in my mind between now and catch text. So and it'll be a surprise app, but I'll let you choose out of the three.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's cool. I mean, this is for the example, and we'll just take them up. So we'll focus on the healthy meal prep on $50 a week planner, right? So we came up with 50 ideas. We found one, and so we're going to the next step, right? So the next step for me. So what would be the next step for you? I'll start with you first
Um,
on the meal prep. So
Meal prep,
mean,
I would
yeah.
like be honest with you, which a lot of people would do. Like I'm going from a regular guy's perspective, not from a smart guy's perspective. We would like to come up with a name.
Okay.
A name.
All right. Yeah, yeah. And so let's go down. So create
A cool, you gotta say cool,
yeah,
cool name that hasn't been used before for a
a
meal
healthy
prep
meal prep
company.
on $50 a week planner. And so and I do the same thing. I just usually write out like basic stuff first, and then I edit it. And so I'm more specific. I usually edit it 2 or 3 times. So you're right. You say create a cool name. So I would say create a cool name, cool attention getting unused name for a healthy meal prep app that budgets $50 a week on a planner. Okay, so create cool attention getting unused name for a healthy meal prep app that budgets $50 a week on a planner. I think I can just put budget $50 a week. Okay. So yeah, so let's so same thing. Create I know we did I used to do 50, so I would normally do 50, but like you said, it does take a while. So let's do 5. Create 5 names for a attention getting for a cool attention getting healthy meal prep app. So let's see what comes up. Okay. So here we go. Here are 5 catchy attention grabbing names for healthy meal prep app. So Fit 50, Meal Match 50, Thrive on 50, Prep Smart 50, Fuel 50.
Oh, Fuel 50 is fire.
Yeah, you definitely not lying. Fuel 50 is definitely fire. And it says here energetic, short, and modern implies fueling your body. So we'll roll with Fuel 50. Okay, so what's the next step that you would go to after you got the name?
Now, be honest with you, I want to say logo, but then again, I want to know what kind of meal preps are we prepping. This way we could put the logo around that. So
Okay.
let's go what meals should we what 50 type of meals should we prep, like, and especially healthy too. So
Yeah. You're exactly right. I mean, and then also too, I just want to shout this out to anybody that's on there that has really used ChatGPT. At the bottom, it kind of gives you ideas for the next step. So the next step, it says, do you want to draft tagline options for each name so you could test them on the landing page or app store? So you're right. I would say create a draft tagline, right?
or you can just press yes.
Yeah, or you can just press yes. But I want to combine. You see, I want to kind of move fast, right? So even though you're right, you could just do one step. I'm gonna combine like 2 or 3 steps. So I want to, so like you said, I want to create a draft tagline, logo, and business plan. And now, remember, the more specific you are, the better. So if it said here business plan, I want to say full business plan for Fuel 50 for a business. Well, I guess it's an app, right? For an app named Fuel 50. Um, yeah, that's it. Anything else you want to add?
Not for right now, no.
All right, so let's see what
Looks
comes up.
good.
So we got draft, tagline, logo concept, full business plan. And it says here the business plan comes up investor ready draft, tailored for a $50 a week healthy meal prep concept. So Fuel 50, eat smart, spend less, live better. So draft taglines: fuel your body, not your budget. Healthy meals, 50 a week. Smart eating for real lifestyle. Affordable prep, endless energy. Your weekly fuel plan under 50. Logo concept. And I'll get back to that in a second. I just want to show the business plan. So here we go. So this is an official business plan that the Chat GPT created. And if you notice the sections that they have, it goes executive summary, problem, solution, and which is we were talking a lot about in episode 1, and then target market, and then we got business model, right? And the business model adds that revenue on there, and then we got competition, and then we got go-to-market strategy, launch, social media partnerships, referral, and then it has financial projections for 3 years. Then it has teams, and so this is where we. So even though we're using ChatGPT and we're later going to use Replit to make it a real thing on the front end, a real preview, we there's still a point in our process where we have to take it to real people. We have to build a real team. So, and it kind of breaks that down already. So you could, in reality, leave this blank, but you have your founder, CEO, your CTO, which is the person that builds the app, your nutrition lead, registered dietitian who builds the plans, and your marketing lead for your social media and your community growth. Then you have your roadmap. Now, I usually start with the first 90 days in anything I do. And so this is giving you a longer roadmap. Is going for 3 months, which is still 90 days, 30, 60, 90. Then it goes to 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. And then, so I wanted to go back here because you're right. We don't have the logo, but we did tell ChatGPT to create a logo. So, and this is where I wanted to show where the other ChatGPT apps come in, right? So I usually just copy this, and then I pull out the sidebar, and then go to Sora. So Sora is it might not go. I might have to let me bring it up because it switches to another tab. But Sora is the image generator inside ChatGPT. So let me just share that screen again. Let's see. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So here's Sora, and this is in ChatGPT. When I go over to this, went over to the sidebar, I click Sora, and then this is what it brings up. And so Sora, pretty much the same thing. It's a text to image creation, and this is like the front page. And so what we see here is other people's creations and things that they've done. And so you can like that if you want, or I guess you can maybe remix it. So let's get into ours, right? So ours is logo concept. So I just copy paste, and then I change some of the text. So I would tell Sora to create a logo concept for what's it called? Fit 50?
Fuel 50.
Fuel 50. And I'll go back and copy the exact words. So it says here, create a logo concept for Fuel 50, eat smart, spend less, live better. Create, and then I'll go down here where it says style, create now this is called a static. What we're trying to do is create a static flyer uh, in a style that is energetic, modern, minimalist, with colors green, orange, white, gray, and it has design elements from what ChatGPT. And so then I click. Once I have that, I click it, and then it comes up. Sometimes it takes a little while, and then once it comes up. But yeah, so these are all the different stages that we have and work on. So have you used Sora in the ChatGPT before?
No, I haven't. And I thank you for asking that, because for the people that are a little bit cheap like me, I haven't got the full version of ChatGPT, so it actually limits me to how many images or image building I could use, or text I could use as well. So I'm on there so much that I obviously, like you told me before, I should purchase it, but I haven't yet. So
Yeah, and that, I think that's a good topic as well. And so I'll wait until this comes up. Let me see. It's loading right now. It's like at 30%. But what I did was I just went ahead and paid the monthly because, for one, September was just about to start, and so I would get a full 30 days. And then on top of that, I'm using it all day, and then I kept having to stop, and it kept um, stopping my progress, right? And so here it is. So here's Fuel 50 using the Sora, and it says eat smart, spend less, live better, right? And so it's gives us a couple of different options. We can click on the one we like. We can edit the prompt. We can remix it, or we can create a video if we needed to, right? So, all right. So let's break down the steps here, right? We got We got the prompt. We got the idea. Well, we got the idea. We got the name. We got the business plan. We got the tagline. We got the logo. So what's next?
So from that point on, and once again, did we get what we're actually cooking?
Okay, so yeah, you're right. We got to come up with the menu. All right. So yeah. So this is the part where I like in ChatGPT. So it's all under one chat, right? And this chat is called, I don't know if we had a name to it, but I think it's the chat what is like called Fuel 50, right? So I
Yeah,
can
you
make
can
this
actually
whole
edit
thread.
it to
What you
say.
say? What you say?
I said you could actually edit the chat no matter what it comes up with. It's probably gonna come up with like building an app for food or whatever, but you come up with you can edit it to say Fuel 50.
Yeah. And so what I'll do is just gotta find the right one. Yeah, here it is. All right. So now that we got all that, and it's under one stream, now I can in my prompt say create let's go with a 3 month, or you just want to start 1 month.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we get like what we're actually doing, because then after that, it could get to the point where we're actually building applications. Because right now we just built the business.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can build the application.
So create a 1 month meal plan for Fuel 50. But and now this is a prompt that I like to use. I say based on the information above, right? It kind of helps me not have to go into and copy stuff, because it can pull from the text above, right? So create a 1 month meal plan for Fuel 50 based on the information above. And then I usually try to edit each prompt 2 or 3 times. So with specific info on pricing and food, please explain all items in all meals and arrange them for each day. Now you can either be more specific. You can do it for 3 meals a day. You can do it for 3 meals and 2 snacks. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do that for I'll put 3 meals a day and 2 snacks. Okay. And so, any other prompts you think we should use?
That looks good right about now. So
All right. So we kick it off, and then here we go. So it says here it's analyzing. All right. So yeah. So this is pretty much an example of how you guys can use ChatGPT to pretty much create a whole thing. Now, the next step after this, once we get the meals, we have to create the app. So after this, we'll go into Replit. We'll give you guys an example of what Replit looks like. So here we go. So here's a meal plan. So breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner. Now, also, it goes through the first 30 days, right? Now, so here it says, I built a 1 week rotational meal plan that fits within the Fuel 50's $50 a week. Each week can be repeated for a full month to keep it consistent. Prices are estimated per serving using East Coast grocery averages. Now, here's also a hidden gem that I saw somebody doing. If you got food, um, link the 1 week meal plan to actual items on Amazon.
ooh,
Right? So you can go even deeper with this because it automated, and then you get even have them make a list, and then you could take that list. So look, everything that we put up, right, is here on Amazon. See the pictures, right, and it links, and when you click the links, it takes you to the thing.
And just so we can move the process along, just because I know we started off with something that seemed for some of you guys, like the regular people, you like, what does that have to do with the application? Now the prompt will be build this into a mobile application for Replit.
Okay, so yeah, so the next stage, now we got all the information. Now we need to go to the vibe coding part. So, like you said, I just copied what he said. Build this into an app to build on Replit. And so, how can we expand on that sentence and make it more specific? So, build, this app for Fuel 50 using the logo and 1 week diet plan for an app.
No, you got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
leave it like that, and then at the end, use all information above.
Yep. And then use all information above. There we go. So build code. And then also you gotta put the code in there. So you gotta put build code to turn this into an app for Fuel 50 using the logo and 1 week diet plan for an app built on Replit. Use the information above for the front end, technically for the front end. So let's see what comes up. So here we go. So it says here, let's draft. So here it is. So it says let's draft the start app for Fuel 50 that you can run on Replit. We'll make this simple but polished Flask app, Python backed HTML CC front end with the following features: landing page, 1 week meal plan, shopping list with links, expendable structure. And then down here comes the code. So if you don't know how to code, this is going to look like a foreign language to you. But the good thing about this is
Copy and paste.
copy and paste, right? So I'm gonna go over to the upper right where it says copy. Now this is just the first part, and I gotta come back and copy it 3 more times for this templates and for this meal plan. So all right, so I'm gonna close this down. And I'm gonna bring up uh, I'm gonna bring up Replit. And so Replit is just an app that you can use. And so right here it says describe an app or something you want to build. So I already have it copied. And then I just paste it in there and then I start the chat. And here we go. W chat. Replit takes that code and it's going to give us a preview. For Fuel 50.
See, you do it differently than me. I actually put all 3 codes in at once.
Put them all at once. Yeah. And I was thinking I could have definitely did that. But I try to, I guess I have trust in the apps. I mean, in these platforms, but I feel like it can only take things small at a time. Like I know it can take it all at a time, right? But I just feel better giving it small pieces. I think that's just my normal how I normally do things.
Listen, they built AI, man. Listen, I'm gonna make sure it works. Listen, they work us hard at jobs. I'm gonna work AI hard.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So while this is coming up, yeah. So I thought it was about to come up. So it's still working, and depending on how specific it is, sometimes it takes less, sometimes it takes
Yeah, I noticed that with the code. When you put code in, it
Mhm.
actually takes its time. Whereas if you just say,
Yeah,
you write in like, could you build this? It'll just build up something easy for you without the code. The code is actually writing for like back end, front end, and actually making details where you probably would miss out on.
see what it came up. It's still working. So basically, it's just telling us they see what we're doing. Oh, here we go. It got fuel 50. Uh, so it's coming up. Now, I mean, we're zooming through, right? Like it's getting to it. Agent can work on these, so show more features. Let's approve and start the plan, and it's gonna give us a preview. And so here we go. We're gonna see pretty much what the app will look like. Now, also, I forgot too. When I'm building the apps, do you have a preference for what you like your apps to look like?
I always tell them to make it look cool, make it look in style, and I throw futuristic in there because you don't want to look outdated. A lot of things look outdated, so people don't come there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, outdated is basically a niche for like a small town city, and if we're driving through, if we're ever traveling, then obviously you would go to that small town city store, but you're trying to make something big and new for everyone to come on. Once again, if you're looking for something small, then cool. But for me, it's just like I kind of want the kids, the teenagers, 20-year-olds to come around, and that's where most of the money is being spent, regardless, as in the business mindset. So I kind of like futuristic, cool, energetic. That's my style.
Okay. And yeah, that's a good point. I usually just use Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's like to me, Airbnb is like the best looking website I ever seen.
So you basically say, so your prompt is basically make it Airbnb style.
Yeah, make it look like Airbnb. That's usually the first thing I put in there. I forgot, but to me
Okay.
that just helps because to me, I mean, it's a simple user interface and it does a lot. I mean, I've experimented with other, you call them UIs, right? But like Prime or Amazon, to me, it's not as easy as Airbnb is.
To be honest with you, I've been on Airbnb once or twice, so I probably have to go check it just to see what I'm missing.
Bro, I lived on Airbnb.
Yeah, I want to see I want to see what I'm missing, because at the end of the day, it's like I might have to put that prompt in now. I'm
Yeah,
thinking about
yeah,
that now.
yeah. I use and as soon as the app comes up, how and when we get to see what it looks like, I might add it in, make it look like Airbnb. And then I also have to go back and put my other prompts in. So I did the first one. There we go. Second one. Okay. So we got something. Fuel 50, fork and a knife. Fuel your body, not your budget. So this is like the landing page. Weekly cost includes breakfast, lunch, dinner, and two snacks. Right. And so you can see we give you a plan. Oh, look. So right here, day one, $9. Nutritious meals designed to keep you under $10 a day. So breakfast, oatmeal with banana, peanut butter, snack one. And then I mean, this is all AI, so this could be customized. So if you don't like apples, you can say, remove the apple with something else nutritious. Uh, so what they got? What they having for dinner? It says salmon, okay, rice and broccoli, turkey, chili and beans. Now these are generic, but you could be specific based on culture and ethnicity. So you could say, African American meals. You could say Spanish Mexican meals. You could say German meals. You could do a lot.
So even if you didn't want to start a business, I just thought about this. That's good right there. If you just wanted to do a meal prep by yourself, you don't have to even go buy a meal prep plan. You could just let me do what these guys said, and let me just meal prep for myself, because a lot of stuff I already eat by myself, like the peanut butter, the oatmeal, all that stuff.
Yeah. And look, they're even linked. It's even linked to, buy now. It has a cost. It's chicken thighs. And now the app. Okay, I'm about to say now some of the apps uh, are is you get to a point where you have to sort of work on some of the links, right? So, there's a chance that you click on this and it might not be linked to the actual ingredient. And then that's where you would kind of work here with the agent and, fix that, right? But also, so yeah, we'll leave it with that. But a couple of things here. I wanted to show you guys what Replit looks like and give you an example of how it works. And then some of the prompts that we use to build these businesses, some of the tips that we use to change the look. I mean, but you could be as detailed or as undetailed as you want. Like you could just say change the green barrier or uh, you know, remove this line of sentence, everything you need for your 7-day meal plan, remove that. You can add things. If you click a link and that link's not working, you could click another. You could, have them fix that. And so there's a lot that you could do specifically with each one. And let's see what else. There was something else. If you wanted to change it or make it usable for something else, you could. And meaning like if you didn't want to do Apple, you can make it for Android, or if you just wanted to make it a web app, you can leave it as a web app that can be used on a phone. But one thing I learned too is once again, these apps all have sidebars, and all these sidebars do different things. So you can invite people onto your team. So like I could invite James if I wanted to share this with me, right? And we could work on it together, meaning he could add things, I could add things. If I couldn't do something, he could do something. Most of the time you're going to work here in agent, but there are other things to work in as well. So if you click on this new tab, you can look for tools, and this pretty much gives you a breakdown. Preview, agent, and assistant, deployment, app storage, um, uh, authorization for different users, code search, console, database, developer, docs, find extensions and install. So let's go through some of these. So have you used any of these sidebars?
I actually saw it basically to like you could ask somebody else to help out because I know a few coders, but they don't code front and back end. They don't use Python, so I kind of like step back. But now I knew that part. The other sidebars I really didn't look into.
Okay, so assistant, they say like after you build the app, right, and you have your agent, use the assistant um to do the troubleshooting, right? So if you have something wrong, so let's say for some reason this meal plan button wasn't working, I would switch to the assistant and have the assistant work on just this, right? And now, for one, Replit runs by credits, and then also you can buy more credits every month, or you can go on a pay as you use, type of deal. And so I believe it's less when you use assistant, right? And then also you can deploy your app, meaning so when you're ready, if you think that this is ready to go, you can hit that deployment button and you can start. You can go 0 to 100 real quick. I mean, but I just suggest have your marketing and have your social media posts, already set up so that way you can hit the ground running. So let's go into the extension store. Let's see what extensions they have here. So uh, it says make your workspace more powerful with tools. So Perplexity, API request tester, JavaScript commands, UI sketcher. So here, if you were more of a visual person, you could draw, and it would turn whatever you're drawing into life. Root workbench, hex editor, CSV editor, zip extractor. So there's a lot of things here that you can use, and a meme generator, things like that. And so I guess you would install these into your agent or your assistant, and it would use those databases as well to expand your file. So
And
also
I
too,
think they were also they have the do they have that up there? The prompts where it's like what you should do next on there.
well, yeah. So pretty much, this little box here is where I entered the code. Then this is them breaking it down. Then we agreed, and then it says here, uh, some things about the app testing functionality, and then it says here the summary. So it says created the Flask budget mail app, fixed startup issue, application is now running, all pages should be working. It has a dark theme. So at the bottom it says the Fuel app is ready. It shows nutritionist meal plans under $10 a day. How does everything look? Are the features working as expected? 2 minutes. So you can talk back to the agent and say, yes, everything works. Thank you. Ready to launch. And it would tell you hit the deploy button. Or you can say, I noticed we have a Fuel 50 logo. Please add the Fuel 50 logo attached to the page. So let's try that. So please add the Fuel 50 logo to the app. And so I'll grab the logo and then I'll run the agent and then I'll add the logo. Now, it does help to be very specific. So I should have said where I wanted it to be, but sometimes it's better to let the app put it and you move it because has certain terms that it uses to identify the page, right? So it's like, upper corner, lower corner, or, so if you're not really familiar with code or how they break the page down, it's easier to just let them do it. All right. So here's the app. While that's adding the image, what's next after this? So you use the Replit. You got a front end of your preview of your app. You got a front end preview of your app. What's next?
It depends on where you want to go with it. As in, I mean, obviously, regular guy's perspective, you assume you need to launch, which you do not actually need to launch. You want to make sure everything's correct on, and this is like it's a business, so people will have to add on. Like I think you kind of already went over it where the buttons weren't working, so you won't want the buttons to work.
You got to troubleshoot.
Yeah, so that's why I go from there. And after the troubleshoot and the buttons work, be honest with you, I don't like the color, so I would actually change the color. I would actually make it more, like you said, I guess Airbnb style or more to this time. It looks matte. It looks dull and dark. That doesn't look healthy at all.
Let's see what comes up. Make the app look like Airbnb. Let's see what comes up. So it should be like this. You pick your idea, right? Then you use AI to build the first versions, what we did. And then you should test with real people, right? So if this, you're right. So if this was going to be something we were going to use or we're going to really roll out, we would set up some people who had the authorization to use, and then we would allow them to log on and try to use it. Then it says here, charge early, like, set up that revenue model, right? And then once you get some money, it says automate the operation. So use Zapier to make to connect tools, and then use AI for customer support, right? And then once it says your revenue is predictable, meaning that you've got 10 users, 100 users a month using it nonstop, that's the time that you start to pitch it for extra money so you can scale. But this whole process starts from brainstorming, like we saw, having ChatGPT generate 50 ideas. And what we're doing is called prototyping, right? Where we're doing a first MVP and we're giving a actual visualization of our front end. And then next will be marketing and admin, right? And so the admin part is when you're actually connecting with real teams and trying to make real money. The beta phase, you have to get feedback. I mean, don't ignore feedback. Your users will tell you what they need. So even though you create your idea, still take the feedback uh, and use that feedback to help make you better. And so now doing all this, it's not going to guarantee success. I mean, who knows? We could put this out there and nobody ever see it, but it feels good just to create. And I think that's something that we were talking about. It feels good just to know how to do this. It feels good just to know the process so that you have an opportunity to change the world. and it's so simple. It removes any excuse not to try it. Right.
I think this will give you a better opportunity at what you want to do than it would if you didn't try at all. Because my uncle said this to me one time, and I always say this to everyone. He said, "Don't be 50 years old in a circle with your friends saying I woulda, shoulda, coulda," because there's going to be somebody in that circle, one out of the whole group, saying, "I did that, I did this, I did that, I did this, I lived life." And as human beings, we are creators. Whether we're creating children, whether we're creating means to pay bills, whether we're actually building a house ourselves, we are a creative species, and this helps get those thoughts out of your mind, and this way you can move forward. Whether, like you said, whether it works or not, just getting it out there is a success to me. I think
Exactly.
that's the best part of this, of all this podcast, is getting it out of your brain, and creating it is the success, period.
Yeah. I mean, 5, 10, 50 years from now, the people who hesitated will still be dreaming. The people who started will be running the companies or in better positions than they were. I mean, my advice is start small, treat it like a true part time, something that you do maybe 30 minutes to an hour and then go from there. Let AI handle the grunt work, and you yourself, as the solopreneur, promptpreneur, focus on the vision and strategy. And then that's it. So this was just a quick example we wanted to give you guys on our show, Promptpreneurs. Really hope that you guys are still going on this journey of learning about tech, learning about ChatGPT, learning about how to use AI. And I hope you guys are following our steps and will try this for yourself. Any last words before we end this episode?
Get it out your mind so it could be a success. Create it.
All right. So this has been episode 2 of Promptpreneurs. We'll catch you guys on episode 3. Take care.
Take care.